Hello children, welcome to the next session, session number 2. So we are dealing with the chapter number 1 called as force, so which is mentioned in your textbook. Now in the previous session, I just want to recall what we discussed here. So we are discussing the topic force. I have given the definition. Force is nothing but push or pull of an object is considered as a force. And I have explained the units of force. So it is SI units is Newton and other units is dyne or pound. And I have given some examples, and we have done one activity also. Whenever we are doing some activities, digging, squeezing, whether it is push or pull, will be what is there we have discussed. Later we have discussed about types of forces. So there are two types of forces. One is contact forces and second thing is force at distance. That is also called as field force. So contact force means if there is a direct contact, that is a physical contact between the two interacting objects, that is called as a contact force. And we have discussed some examples: squeezing of lemon and squeezing of toothpaste, everything. And after that we have discussed about the force at a distance, that is called as field force. That means whenever there is no physical contact between the two interacting objects, that is called as a field force. The best example I have given: magnet, changing of a direction of the compass. Always compass shows the north and south directions. Whenever you brought a magnet to there, so automatically it will change the direction without interacting that. And second thing is attracting of iron pieces towards the magnet. All this comes in the category of field force distance, right? Now continuation for this topic in the section 2, forces acting at a distance. So that means without any physical contact, there are some forces acting at a distance. We will discuss in this session with some activities. So there are three types of forces acting at a distance. We will try to finish the three topics in this session. The first one is that magnetic force. So what is the title? So today's title is forces acting at a distance. Forces acting at a distance. So what is the first one? That first one is, we'll discuss the magnetic force. So first listen the class, then you can go for the lessons, notes and writing, right? So for this we have to go for an activity which is discussed in the page number 3, activity number 2. So I'll explain this activity, and if any students is interested, you can do. There are 3 activities which are going to discuss today. Activity number 2, 3, 4. If any student is interested to do that activity, you just do it and take a video and post to me. I'll post in your friends groups also, right? Now the first one is magnetic force. So as the title indicates, it's a force between the force acting on the magnet. So the activity is observing the magnetic force. So we have to do one activity. Let us try to first I'll read this one, then I'll explain this one. So take a sieving needle, rub it with a bar magnet several times, always moving the magnet in the same direction. So you know the sieving needle ante kuttesudi. So take the sieving needle and take a bar magnet. Okay. Then rub it in the same direction. That means, for example, if you take this as a needle, bar magnet rub with the same direction, not like this. Don't wash it. So rub it in the same direction, right? So what happens? You know what happens? Yes. Does the needle get magnetized? Yes, the needle get magnetized. Any iron part, when it's rubbed with a magnet, automatically it will get magnetized. Okay. So does it get magnetized? Means yes, it will get magnetized. You may find that the needle always act like a magnet. After rubbing that, it will become a magnet. With the help of a magnetic compass, you can identify both the north and south poles of the needle. So once you take the sieving needle, rub it with the bar magnet, it will become a magnet. Sir, how it is proof? How to prove that it will become a needle means, Very simple. You just tie one thread and you just place. If you leave it, automatically it will show the direction of north and south. So means always a magnet shows the, whenever a compass is let it free, then no doubt it will shows the directions of north and south. So now what I have to do is, with the help of a magnetic compass, you can identify the north and south poles of the needle. So take the magnetic compass and which is north pole and which is south pole, you can easily find out. Now pin a red color cork ball to the south pole and white ball to the north pole of the needle. Then drop it in the bowl of water. Then what we have to do is, just take a thermocol piece and one make it into a red color. So just take the pen and if you rub it, it will become red color. That means whenever a needle is there, you have to show the north and south directions to the needle. So how to do? It will look like a same. So to identify that, we have to place any thermocol sheet or any one rubber band. It was mentioned as pink color cork ball, a small thing. So the pink color is towards the south pole and so the red color is towards the south pole and white ball is towards the north pole. Right? Now drop it in the water. Take a ball of water and you drop it. Make another needle in the same way. So that means we have to make two needles. One needle, first rub it and mark it the north and south direction, and another needle also make this one. So another needle you make the same thing. So that means it will also have a north and south pole. For north pole, red cork ball. For south pole, red cork ball. And for north pole, you just leave it white. Now what happens? Now float both needles side by side such that like and facing each other. So how to drop that one is, so drop it in a water ball. So take a water ball. So it will have a full of water. Now what we have to do is, we have to drop the two needles in such a way that north, south, south, north. You have to drop in this way. That means, what is that? Now place the needle in such a way that unlike ends, white ball, first two things. What happens to the needles is, first of all, we have to place like this. Now after some time, what you will observe is, automatically it will change the direction. That means north, south, and this will become north and south. This is the activity. I'll repeat again. First, what we have to do is, here I'll read the paragraph, then you will understand. Make another needle in the same way. Float both the needles side by side such that like ends facing each other, either red or white balls. What happens to the needles? How do they move? Now place the needles in such a way that the unlike ends, that is white ball of the first needle and red ball of the second needle, face each other. Now observe what will happen. How do they push or pull each other? Okay. Is it clear, this diagram? What it indicates? This is the first one. It's a normal needle. We have made into a bar magnet, and this is also a normal needle. We have made into a bar magnet. Then we have kept two things, one white one and red one. Red one indicating the south pole and normal one indicating the north pole. Now take a ball of water. We have to do two activities. The first activity is, we have to place side by side or face to face, or your wish, such that like poles. Like means south, south, and unlike pole means south, north. Now what you will observe in this case, that is the activity what we have to do. So what you will observe is that, what we have to understand from this activity is, unlike poles attract each other, and like poles repel each other. Attract means whenever you got this one, they will try to come near. That means south towards north. And whenever this one, south to south, that is like poles. So south pole and south pole called as like pole. south pole and north pole called as unlike poles. So whenever you got this one, it will repel, and this one it will attract. That you have to understand the magnetic force without physical contact. Whenever it comes near, automatically it will attract. That you have to understand from this topic. Okay. Next. So that is the word. Now, just you have learned this in the 6th class. Like poles of two magnets repulse each other, and unlike poles attract each other. You can observe that red end of one needle and white end of another needle attract each other, and ends with same color repel. Here, that is south will repel, south north will attract. That you have to understand. So from this activity, what you have learned is that you know that like poles repel or push each other, and unlike poles attract or pull each other. So that means attract is pull. Attract is pull and lagam. And repel means push. So what is the first definition what we have done? Whether pull or push can be called as a force. Here, without direct contact, it is getting force. That you have to learn from this activity. Okay. So the action of pull or push arises due to magnetic force. Why it was coming? Because it is arising because the magnetic force. Okay. So this is the activity. From this activity we have learned this one. I repeat the activity once again. If any student interested, you can do this activity and you post in the group. Okay. How to do? Take two needles, take one bar magnet, rub it. Both needles will become magnets, and two faces, north and south, you have to identify with a colored one. Then after that, take a ball of water, place it. In two ways we have to place. Then the first way, lights, that is south. So how to south means red. Then south and north. What do you observe? In this case, unlike poles attract each other, that means pull. Like poles repel, push. Push ante toseda, pull ante lagam, right? So how to like poles means north pole. Oka magnet యొక్క north pole, ఇంకో magnetic north pole ఉంటే ఇది like pole. ఒక magnet north pole, ఇంకొక another magnet south pole ఉంటే ఇది unlike pole. That we have to understand from this activity. Okay. Right. Now coming to the second force, that is forces acting at a distance. Previously we have discussed the magnetic force. Now we will discuss about the electrostatic force. Right? Now what is the definition? What is an electrostatic force? Is that the force exerted, EXERTED, by a charged body, CHARGED, charged body on another charged body is known as electrostatic force. So now what is a charged body and what is that? You have to check it. And what is this one? This is the best example for force at distance. Now we are discussing types of forces, contact forces, force at distance. In that force at distance, this is the best example, right? So what is the definition? The force exerted by the charged body on another charged body is called as electrostatic force, and this is the best example for force at distance. Now to understand this, again we have to go for activity. So activity number 3. Now look at this. How to this one? Take a balloon, inflate it and tie up the open end. Balloon తీసుకొని ఊదమని అంటాం. Inflate it means fill the gas with this one and tie up this. Now cut a paper into small pieces and place them on the floor. Rub the balloon with the paper and bring the balloon near the piece of paper. What happens now? Are the bits of paper pulled towards the balloon? Why does the balloon pull or attract the piece of paper? Try to use pepper and salt in the place of pieces of paper. What do you observe? Right? So we can say that when the balloon is rubbed with the paper, it acquires the electrostatic charge on its surface. The balloon is now said to be a charged body. When it brought to near the bits of paper, the pieces acquire the position of opposite charge. Width will rise and cling to the balloon. The force exerted by a charged body on another charged body is known as electrostatic force. This force comes into play even when the bodies are not in contact. It is an example for best example for force at a distance. Now the point is, what we have to do is, it's very simple. Take a balloon, inflate it, and take a piece of paper. Don't take our notes, or don't take our textbook, right? Take a piece of paper and just make it into some pieces. Now what we have to do is, after that, rub the balloon with the paper. So take that paper and rub it. Rub it means don't use more force, just similarly write it. So what happens if I pin it? What happens if it blasts? Don't ask that questions. What happens is that while rubbing that, it will become charged. That is the point. This is a charged body. How it become a charged means, the balloon, when it is rubbing with the paper, automatically it will get some charge. Now after that, bring that balloon to the papers which we kept on the floor. You just try it. What happens is that automatically the paper will come to attract that one, because we are rubbed with the paper. So this is a charged body, and now the papers are also a charged one. Now whenever we got this, automatically a force will come and without the contact. Okay. Now what is asked is that after that you just take out the paper and place some pepper and salt in the place of a piece of paper. Pepper and salt. You just check it. You just check it now, whether it will attract or not. You have to say that. Okay. This is also the second activity. If any student interested, you can also do this one. It's very simple. It's a matter of 1 or 2 rupees. Get a balloon and try to do it. Check it. Then capture it in the video and you post it. Right? So this is the second one. Now what is the content you have to understand is that force. Force may be within contact, without contact. So this is an example for without contact force at a distance. Okay, so that is the second activity what you are going to do. What is the activity you are going to do? Repeat. First take a balloon, inflate it and tie up with this one. Then take a piece of paper and make it into small pieces. With the same paper you rub the balloon. Then try to bring that balloon towards the piece of papers. Sir, where should I keep the papers? Shall I throw the papers? Or shall I keep the paper there and shall I keep the balloon? Not like that. You just take a floor. On that floor means not పిండి కాదు, కింద వేసేసి చక్కగా పేపర్ కూడా డ్రైగా ఉండాలి, నీళ్ళలో పెట్టి చేయకూడదు, అలాంటివి చేసుకుంటా, లేదంటే ఒక చాప్ పైన కానీ ఏదైనా సరే పెడితే నీట్గా మీకు ఫోర్స్ అనేది అర్థమవుతుంది. రబ్ ఇట్ విత్ పేపర్ విత్ మెనీ టైమ్స్, ఎందుకంటే ఇట్ షుడ్ బి చార్జ్డ్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద సెకండ్ యాక్టివిటీ వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ డన్. సో what you from this what you observe is that the electrostatic force. This is the definition, and this is the one of the 4 best example for force at distance. Okay. Yeah. Next concept in this one is, third one is gravitational force. One is magnetic force, second thing is electrostatic force, and third one is gravitational force. It's very simple one. Paragraph చదవకుండానే మనం ఈజీగా చెప్పేయచ్చు. What is the gravitational force? If you throw a pen or if you throw a ball or anyone, what happens? It will go? No, it will not go. It will come down. Okay, because of Earth's gravitational force. Earth is like a big magnet. Okay, whenever you throw a ball or throw any object on the top, automatically it will come down. So that is a gravitational force, right? So you can ask here, I'll ask 2 or 3 questions. You try to do that, try to answer that one, right? First one, rocket is going up, why it will not come again? So driver is there, he will drive. Aeroplane will go up, why should it not come? Why it will travels? Okay, these are the 2 questions. Think logically and try to tell the answer. Now coming to this gravitational force concept, if an object is thrown upwards, there exists a force which pulls it down towards the earth. Because of this, it falls down to the ground, which is called as gravitational force. If anybody asks, you have to tell this definition. What is a gravitational force means? If any object is pulled towards this, thrown upwards, there is one force which pulls towards the down. That is called as gravitational force. The best example is a stone thrown up into the sky will fall back to the earth. It won't go again. Rivers flow down to the sea only. So why the water will come like this? Why it not go? Again, why it will come down? Next, if I keep the pen here, it will fall down. Okay. So one question in the 3 idiots will be there. Why we should use pencil? Why we should use not pen in the moon, sky lo, gravitational force, moon lo emotundi, ela untundi. Idantha different concept untundi. If you are interested, you can check this one, right? 3 interested questions to you. First question, rocket. Why rocket will not fall? Question number, this is the first question. Second question is gravitational force. Gravitational force on earth and moon. What is the difference? Gravitational force on earth and the moon. What is this difference? You have to check it. And third question is why the aeroplanes will, when it goes, actually it should fall down, na? Why it will goes on moving, and whenever the pilot wants to rotate, why it will come down? These are the logical questions. You think that one, right? So now coming to our getting back our topic. The topic is, so by this the force at distance was, the concept is finished. The 3 types. First one is magnetic force, electrostatic force, and third one is gravitational force. So for each and every term, you should learn minimum 2 or 3 sentences and one example, and if possible, go for an activity. So for this daily activity is there. Throwing the pen, it will come down. Whenever you are playing cricket, if a batsman get a shot, it won't go away. You are not, any Sachin or Kohli also will not do like that. Any ball get up, it will come. This is because of Earth's gravitational force, right? So these are the 3 examples and 2 activities I have explained. I will explain one more activity after this concept. So if any students are interested, you try to get with physical contact. Now I just explained on this one. Even if I get a chance, I will also do that one. First, students, you try to do. In that we will find out the best and we'll do it. Okay. Now, whenever in mathematics, many times I told to my students. So the concept will be there in your textbook. THINK, think and discuss. Compulsory, you have to focus on these questions. Do this, try this. Mathematics, do this, try this, and do. Think and discuss is very, very important one. You have to focus on this, right? So in this textbook also is given one question. The question is, a cricket ball of mass m. Mass m means its weight. It's not given. Just you take it as you. Is thrown upwards with some initial speed. If the air resistance was neglected, that means air resistance means whenever it was going, the air will try to stop that one. It was neglected. It is not considered. What forces acting on the ball when it reaches half maximum height and its maximum height? That means, how to understand the question is, we are throwing upwards. Maximum height means it will go to some direction and it will come down. That is called as maximum height. That means if a fellow is there here, he thrown one ball. The ball will go up to this one and again it will come down. So this is called as maximum height. Right? Half of this is called as half of its distance. అంటే ఇక్కడ బాల్ ఇక్కడ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏ ఫోర్స్ యాక్ట్ చేస్తుందని ఇచ్చాడు. వాట్ ఫోర్సెస్ ఆర్ యాక్టింగ్ ఆన్ ద బాల్ when it reaches half the maximum height and maximum height. This is the question. A very simple answer. Half లో ఉన్నా ఫుల్ లో ఉన్నా ఒకటే ఫోర్స్ యాక్ట్ చేస్తుంది. ఏదది? గ్రావిటేషనల్ ఫోర్స్. పెద్ద క్వశ్చన్ ఉంది. ఆన్సర్ ఒకటే లైన్ కుదరదు, 2 words అది. So any object thrown, automatically one force will act upon it. What that force is? Gravitational force. Okay. So in your notes you have to mention this and you have to write this answer. And this is the picture to understand. So you are throwing a ball, and this is called as a maximum height, and half of this one is called as maximum height. Even at this point also, only the gravitational force will act, because it is trying to pull towards it. Okay. Next, I'll go for next one. Now, next one is, along with these three concepts, magnetic field, electrostatic field, and gravitational force, we have one more, that is explaining the force acting at a distance. It's one of the example for this one. We are discussing the field at distance, or the force at a distance. In this case, field force at a distance. One more example for this one is explain the force acting at a distance. So concept of field. The point is visualizing magnetic field. Visualizing, that means by looking that we can see that. So what is this magnetic field? Is that the space around the magnet where its influence can be detected is called magnetic field. So if you take a magnet, it will have some impact, that is its influence. The magnet will work, or it will influence up to some space only. So how much that it is influencing, that is called as the magnetic field. That is space is called a magnetic field. If you take a bar magnet, its magnetic force will be up to some direction only. అందుకనే మ్యాగ్నెట్ దగ్గర తీసుకొస్తే అతుక్కుంటుంది. మ్యాగ్నెట్ అక్కడ పెట్టి ఐరన్ పీస్ ఇక్కడ పెడితే అతుక్కోదు. ఎందుకు అతుక్కోదు? దట్ magnet will have some, up to some extent only it will have that force. If you bring that iron or any nail to near that one, automatically it will attract. That means that come under to that field. That means the space around it is influenced. That means if you take a bar magnet, this bar magnet will have up to some direction only, or some space only. This area is called as magnetic field, right? So to visualize this, we have an activity is given. Let us try to understand that one, right? Activity number 4. You can also do this one. How to do? Later I'll explain. Take a bar magnet and place it on the table. So bar magnet, in stationery shops you will get bar magnets. It will be of 10 or 20 rupees. So take a bar magnet. Bar and a bar on a magnet kaadu, straight on a magnet. It will have two poles, north and south poles. Place a thick white paper over it. So white drawing sheet. So take a bar magnet and place the white paper on it. Now, on the paper, sprinkle fine powder of iron. On the paper, you have to sprinkle fine powder of iron. Sir, powder of iron ఎక్కడ నుంచి వస్తుంది సార్ నాకు తెలియదు అంటే ఎలా చేయాలంటే చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్. ఒక మ్యాగ్నెట్, అదే మ్యాగ్నెట్ తీసుకెళ్ళండి. ఇక్కడ బయట మీ ఇంటి అవతల, బయట కంటే ఎక్కడికో వెళ్ళొద్దు, బాలనగర్ బోదపల్లి వెళ్ళకండి. మీ ఇంటి అవతలకి వెళ్ళేసి కొంచెం మట్టి అలా ఉంటుంది కదా, దాంట్లో బార్ మ్యాగ్నెట్ కొంచెం ఇలా ఒక రబ్ చేయండి డిఫరెంట్ ప్లేసెస్లో. రబ్ చేయగానే ఏమవుతుందంటే ఆ మ్యాగ్నెట్కి పైన కొన్ని అంటుకుంటాయి. దాన్ని మీరు అన్నిటి కలిపేసి చిన్నగా ఒక పేపర్లో స్టోర్ చేసుకోండి. అదే పీస్ ఆఫ్ ఐరన్. మట్టిలో కూడా చిన్నవి ఉంటాయి. అది కావాలి మనకి. సో అది ఎక్కడ చేయాలంటే నేనే తెచ్చివ్వలేను, మీరైనా చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో డ్రైగా, తడిగా ఉంటే మనకు దొరికదు. పొడిగా ఉన్నప్పుడు చేయండి. పీసెస్ ఆఫ్ స్మాల్ పీసెస్ ఆఫ్ ఐరన్ విల్ బి దేర్. యూ జస్ట్ రబ్ ఇట్. No need for this one. Then on that part it will attract. Then you have to take off this and you collect it. Now that should be sprinkled on the paper. What happens is that now after that what we have to do is tap it. కొంచెం ఇలాగా కొంచెం టేబుల్ అంటే కొంచెం ఏమైనా ఫోర్స్ లాగా ఇస్తే ఏమవుతుందంటే ఆటోమేటికల్లీ all the iron pieces will come in this direction. In this direction it will come. So why it will come like that? Because of that magnetic field, right? So tap the table or the paper gently with a pen or pencil. What do you observe? Do you find any pattern of iron fillings there? Pattern means any particular direction. Yes, we'll find that one. That will be same. It was shown in the figure. Same, it will come like that. That means it will arrange in a particular shape. So why that one? Because of that magnetic field. Rotate the magnet in different directions, do the same. how was the pattern change. Now first you do that one, take a picture, then turn this one. So for example, first facing towards east, north and south, next facing towards east and west, then somewhat corner, 4 types of directions. So first north and south will be there, first this take this direction, second this direction, third and fourth. 4 types of directions, you just check it and do it. Automatically you will get a good visualization. But the point is, this iron fillings must be more. కొన్ని తీసుకోకండి, కొన్ని తీసుకుంటే తెలియదు. కొంచెం ఒక పేపర్ నిండా ఒక గుప్పెడు వచ్చేటట్టు తీసుకొని కొడితే చేసేస్తే విల్ గెట్ ఎ గుడ్ పాయింట్. Try, if possible, I will try to show this with this one. You also first you do it. Now you can see that in a small space around the magnet, iron fillings set themselves in a pattern because they are affected by the magnetic force field created by the bar magnet. This pattern represents the magnetic field. Now the space around the magnet where its influence can be detected is called as magnetic field, and it is 3-dimensional. So it will have both 3-dimensional values will be there. Thus, a field in the region in which a force can be experienced by another magnetic field object placed at any point in that region. A body creates a field or another body experiences by the force by the field when it is placed in that field. All these are the statements what we have explained up to now. A magnet field surrounds a magnet, an electric field surrounds an electric charge, and the gravitational field surround the masses. This has to be understood from these 3 concepts. What is the first point? A magnetic field surrounds a magnet. Magnet చుట్టూ ఏ ఫీల్డ్ ఉంటుంది? Magnetic field ఉంటుంది. Next, electric field surrounds electric charges. Electric fields surrounds charges. Electric charges చుట్టూ electric field ఉంటుంది. Then gravitational field surrounds around the masses. Masses means any weight, any body containing any weight. So around the masses, gravitational force will be there. Around the electric charges, electrostatic force will be there. Electric field will be there. Around the magnets, magnetic field will be there. Right? The strength of a field in a particular region can be represented by the field lines. The greater the density of lines, the stronger of the force in the part of the field. So this is the point here. So whenever you are doing like this, in some cases a thicker will be there, in some cases a light will be there. ఎక్కువ లైన్స్ వస్తుంటాయి, మీన్స్ ద ఫోర్స్ ఈజ్ మోర్ స్ట్రాంగ్. ఎక్కడైతే లైట్గా వస్తుందో అక్కడ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ తక్కువగా ఉన్నట్టు. సో ఇది ప్రాక్టికల్గా తెలియాలంటే బార్ మ్యాగ్నెట్ సో మొత్తం ఒకేలాగా ఉండదు, సెంటర్లో తక్కువ ఉంటుంది, పోల్స్ దగ్గర ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. సో అట్లాగా కొంచెం డైరెక్షన్స్లో ఎలా ఉంటుంది అనేది ప్రాక్టికల్ విజువాలిటీ ఉంటే ఇంకా ఈజీ ఉంటుంది. ఐ ట్రై టు explain through this activity only. Meanwhile, you also do the directions. Right? Next, one more question is given. Think and discuss. So, whenever think and discuss question is there, you have to think and discuss. 2 identical bars. One which is steel and the other is magnet. So, same identical bars we have taken. One is magnet and another one is steel. Are painted with the same color. అంటే నీకు 2 బార్స్ ఇచ్చారు, ఒకటి ఐరన్, ఒకటి మ్యాగ్నెట్, ఒకటి స్టీల్, 2 నీకు ఇచ్చారు, 2 ఒకేలాగా ఉన్నాయి. హౌ కెన్ యూ టెల్ విచ్ వన్ ఈజ్ మ్యాగ్నెట్ యూజింగ్ ఓన్లీ దీస్ 2 బార్స్? ఓన్లీ దీస్ 2 బార్స్, విచ్ హౌ కెన్ యూ సే దట్? సో హియర్ డోంట్ బ్రేక్ ఇట్, బ్రేక్ చేయొద్దు, ఐరన్ టచ్ చేయొద్దు, ఐరన్కి టచ్ చేయొద్దు, 2 బ్రేక్ చేయొద్దు, ఏం చేయకుండా ఏది మ్యాగ్నెట్ ఏది స్టీల్ బార్ చెప్పాలి. ఎలా చెప్తారు తెలుసా? క్వశ్చన్ అర్థమైందా? థింక్ అండ్ డిస్కస్. సో 2 bars is given, one is steel, one is magnet, both are painted in the same color. I given to you, tell me which is magnet, which is steel bar. సార్ అటు చూసేసి ఐరన్ టచ్ చేసి చూద్దాం. అలా చేయకుండా చూడాలంటే వెరీ సింపుల్. టేక్ ఎ థ్రెడ్ అండ్ టై ఇట్ అప్. ఓకే, so if you live freely, a magnet will act like a compass. It will show the north and south directions. Steel magnet చూపించదు. సార్ నార్త్ అండ్ సౌత్ ఎట్లా సార్ నాకు తెలియాలంటే సింపుల్ లాజిక్. టర్న్ టు ద sun rising. Sun rises in the east, sun sets in the west. Opposite directions are north and south. So take that needle, take that bar, tie it and just hold it. ఇలా ఊగుతుంది, ఎప్పటికీ ఇంకా ఆగదు. So tie it and you just leave it. So if it is a magnet, it will shows the north and south direction. If it is not a magnet, it just leave it. It won't show. Simply that is the logic. అంటే నువ్వు ఎటు తిరిగినా సరే అది నార్త్ అండ్ సౌత్ డైరెక్షనే చూపిస్తుంటుంది. అదే నార్మల్ అనుకో, నువ్వు ఎటు తిరిగితే అటు తిరుగుతుంటుంది. అది లాజిక్. సరే ఇలానే పట్టుకొని ఉంటాను, నేను తిరుగుతాను, ఇటు తిరిగినా సరే మ్యాగ్నెట్ ఇలానే చూపిస్తుంటుంది. ఎటు తిరిగినా సరే అది నార్త్ అండ్ సౌత్ చూపిస్తుంటుంది. దట్ ఈస్ మ్యాగ్నెట్. నువ్వు ఎటు తిరిగితే అటు తిరిగింది అనుకోండి, దట్ ఈస్ ఎ స్టీల్ బార్. రైట్, దట్స్ ఆల్. I'll stop at this session. Now, after finishing this class, open your notes. Then, try to write all these things. Some students are not at all writing. ఏదో నేను చెప్పిన లాస్ట్ టాపిక్ తీసుకొచ్చాడు, ఏదో రాసి ఫోటో కొడుతున్నాడు. అది నాకు కరెక్ట్ కాదు. నేను ఏదైతే ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళానో అలానే మీరు కూడా రాయండి. ఓకే, దట్స్ ఆల్ ఫర్ దిస్ సెషన్. విల్ మీట్ ఇన్ ద నెక్స్ట్ సెషన్. బాయ్.